The Duggar family has been under fire from fans on account of their decision to exclude their sisters Jill and Jinger Duggar from the group vacation. The hubbub began when Joy Anna Duggar, who is 25 years old, posted a video blog in which she and her family were on vacation at the beach. James Duggar, who is 22 years old, engaged in conversation with her husband, Austin Forsyth, who is 29 years old, in a video that was about 23 minutes long and shared by the former Counting On star. Jason Duggar, who is 23 years old, recently disclosed that he had left his home in Arkansas in order to take some time off and relax on the beach in Florida. As the frothy waves poured onto the shore in the photograph, Jason added the caption, which read, "Florida sunset," while on Instagram, Jessa Duggar, who is 30 years old, posed with her husband, Ben Seawald, who is 28 years old. The beach served as a backdrop for Jessa's display of her growing baby bump, which she displayed while Ben had his hand on her stomach. The results of the backlash. After it was discovered that Jill, 32, and Jinger, 29, had vanished, the prominent members of the Duggar family were criticized for their toxic conduct in a thread that was posted on the internet. One of the critics stated, "This is some behavior that is toxic. Everyone who is participating in this event is a complete and utter jerk if Jinger and Jill were not invited." A second critic stated, "This is behavior that is typical of cults. It is important to encourage one another that they are correct and to circle the wagons." A third individual made the assumption, "I could see Jill being at a point on her therapeutic journey where she would actively choose to turn down an invite to a family trip for the sake of her mental well-being and to maintain firm boundaries." The following is what a fourth individual wrote. "I'll bet this was a big FU from Bob to his Jezebel daughters. Perhaps Jim Bob may have been lying when he said he invited them," chimed in a critic. "I believe that as time goes on, a greater number of them are rejecting the ludicrous clothing rules that Jim Bob and Michelle have established. Jinger and Jill were there to pave the path. Books that are an absolute must-read. It would appear that the former cast members of 19 Kids and Counting were excluded from the family gathering after they voiced their disagreement with her upbringing in her most recent books." Towards the end of January, Jinger revealed in her autobiography, Becoming Free Indeed, how she had distanced herself from her extremely conservative parents and how she had grown up in a constrained environment. Her divorced parents, Jim Bob, 58, and Michelle, 57, became the topic of a groundbreaking video that was released on Amazon. The documentary was titled Shiny Happy People, and it was in this documentary that her sister Jill revealed the notorious Iblp Church. The second season of Shiny Happy People, Duggar Family Secrets, is currently in the process of being discussed with Jinger, who left the church in the year 2017. In the memoir titled Counting the Cost, which Jill published in the middle of September, she discussed the strict clothing code that her parents had imposed on her as well as other issues. Jill made a stand against the several conservative standards that her parents had imposed on her, which included wearing clothing that was considered immodest and getting a nose ring. She also revealed the stressful occasions that occurred between the Duggar patriarch and her husband, Derek Dillard, who is 34 years old. Sisters snubbed. The Duggar family's vacation divide. In the world of reality television, few families have sparked as much discussion and debate as the Duggars. With their unique lifestyle and controversial values, the family has been both celebrated and criticized, making them a focal point of public interest. However, recent events surrounding Jill and Jinger Duggar have drawn particular scrutiny, revealing deeper rifts within the family that fans are only beginning to comprehend. A changing narrative. Jill and Jinger Duggar, two of the most prominent sisters from the famed family, have made headlines not just for their upbringing but for their recent endeavors in sharing their personal stories. Both sisters have released books that shed light on their experiences growing up in a high-profile religious family. These publications, while cathartic for the authors, have also painted a less than flattering picture of their upbringing and the family dynamics that shaped their lives. In their books, Jill discusses her struggles with the family's strict rules and expectations, while Jinger explores her journey towards finding her own identity outside of the Duggar brand. The candid nature of their narratives has resonated with many fans, but it has also led to significant backlash from other family members. The vacation snub. Amidst the growing public interest in their stories, a family vacation was planned, and conspicuously absent were Jill and Jinger. The decision to exclude them from this trip raised eyebrows and sparked conversations online about the apparent division within the Duggar family. Fans expressed outrage, suggesting that the family's behavior reflected a toxic environment that stifled individuality and self-expression. This exclusion sent shockwaves through the fanbase, igniting discussions about loyalty, family dynamics, and the repercussions of breaking the mold. Many supporters of Jill and Jinger voiced their disapproval of how the family appeared to prioritize conformity over support. Toxic behavior unveiled. The reaction from fans has not been limited to social media commentary. Several prominent voices within the Duggars fan community have begun to call out what they describe as toxic behavior within the family. Critics argue that the snubbing of Jill and Jinger exemplifies a troubling pattern. When individuals seek to carve their own paths or speak out against established norms, they are ostracized or marginalized. The Duggars have always been known for their strict adherence to certain beliefs, often projecting an image of unity and harmony. However, this recent fallout has exposed the fractures that lie beneath the surface. Family members who choose to break away from the traditional narrative are often left to navigate their journeys alone, prompting discussions about the true nature of familial love and acceptance. Jill and Jinger's journey. Both Jill and Jinger have taken significant steps toward independence, seeking to define their lives beyond the confines of their upbringing. Jill, in her book, recounts experiences of feeling trapped and the liberating journey of self-discovery. Her candid reflections resonate with many who have faced similar struggles in restrictive environments. Jinger, meanwhile, has found empowerment in her choices, openly discussing her challenges and triumphs as she builds her own identity. Their stories have sparked dialogue about the importance of self-advocacy, mental health, and the necessity of finding one's voice in the face of adversity. Family reactions. The reactions from the Duggar family to Jill and Jinger's books have been varied. Some members have publicly supported their sister's choices, while others have remained silent, possibly indicating a rift that goes deeper than what fans can see. The lack of unity in the family's response to the publication suggests that the road to healing and understanding may be fraught with challenges. The fan response. As the story unfolded, fans of the Duggars found themselves at a crossroads. Many who had once celebrated the family began to reassess their views, questioning the underlying principles that governed the Duggar household. Online forums erupted with debates as fans shared their perspectives on loyalty, family ties, and the price of personal freedom. The phrase toxic behavior became a rallying cry for those advocating for Jill and Jinger. Supporters began to share their own stories of overcoming similar familial challenges, creating a sense of community among those who felt isolated in their struggles. The saga of Jill and Jinger Duggar serves as a poignant reminder of the complexities of family dynamics, especially within the framework of public scrutiny. Their experiences reflect broader societal issues around individuality, loyalty, and the often painful journey of self-discovery. As the Duggars navigate this new chapter, it remains to be seen how these tensions will evolve and whether healing is possible. For Jill and Jinger, their paths may continue to diverge from the family narrative, but in doing so, they have paved the way for others to follow. The conversations ignited by their stories may lead to a new understanding of what it means to be a Duggar, one that embraces individuality and the importance of finding one's voice, no matter the cost.